Introduction to Floating Bodies. Once upon a time, the king of Sicily gave the exact quantity of gold needed to make a crown to a goldsmith. However, when the crown was ready, the king suspected that the crown made was not of pure gold. One day, Archimedes was called by the king of Sicily to investigate if he had been cheated by the goldsmith. The king asked Archimedes, who was Greek mathematician, physicist, engineer, inventor and astronomer, to solve the problem. But there was a condition that he should not do any damage to the crown. Owing to this reason, he could not melt it down into a regularly shaped body in order to calculate its density. One day, while taking a bath, Archimedes observed that the level of the water in the tub rose and overflowed as he immersed himself into the tub. He suddenly realized that how much water was displaced depended on how much of his body was immersed. He recognized that this effect could be used to determine the volume of the crown. This discovery excited him so much that he jumped out of the water tub and ran through the streets crying "Eureka!", which comes from the ancient Greek meaning "I have found it." To solve the king's problem, Archimedes needed to check the crown's density to see if it was the same as the density of pure gold. Already, he was aware of that density is a measure of an object's mass divided by its volume. Pure gold is very dense, while silver is less dense. So, if there was any silver in the crown, it would be less dense than if it were made of pure gold. But no matter what it was made of, the crown would be of the same shape, which means the same volume. The mass of the crown could be calculated by the simple balance. To find the volume of crown, he placed it in water and observed how much water was displaced. The submerged crown would displace an amount of water equal to its own volume. The density of the crown could be obtained by dividing the mass of the crown by the volume of water displaced. If the crown was less dense than pure gold, then the goldsmith most definitely cheated the king. When Archimedes went back to the king and did his test, the story says he found that the goldsmith had indeed cheated the king and slipped some silver in the crown. Therefore, Archimedes' principle helps us to measure the volume of an object from the amount of water it displaces. This principle states that when a body is immersed completely or partially in a fluid, it experiences an upward force that is equal to the weight of the fluid it displaced.